ACTN. It's not a 3-letter acronym, but it is a 4-letter acronym. Adrian, can you kind of tell us what ACTN is, and then we'll have a conversation?
Yeah, so it started off as being abstraction and control of transport networks, and then we realized that all traffic engineered networks actually behave the same. So it's abstraction and control of traffic engineered networks, and it's a management architecture, a very sort of functionally abstract management architecture which exposes interfaces based on Yang models for control and virtualization and realization of networks.
And you talked in the context of today's conversation at the Broadband Forum's spring meeting, it was about how AI, ML would apply to that. And maybe you can talk to that for a moment, and then we'll have a continuing conversation.
Yeah, so in an SDN sort of way, there's a need for orchestration and a need for a sort of overall coordinated management of networks. And you might apply policy for that, or you might have humans doing it. And this is going to move gradually towards more and more automation, whether that's provisioning to enable new services, or it's optimization of the networks, but also coming the other way with the networks reporting incidents, events, status, and the software starting to say, well, we ought to act on this before it becomes a real problem.
It sounds like, at least initially, this is really intended to augment the humans that are behind the network.
I'm a great fan of evolution rather than revolution, and I don't believe that operators are just going to take hold of a completely new radical technology and make it live in their network. It seems counter to the way they operate, but enhancing the abilities of the humans and gradually moving to having better responses than the humans could get, still probably with human oversight. That seems to be the way it's going.
Makes sense. And so from a CloudCO perspective, you saw opportunities maybe to work together, the organizations, the Broadband Forum and the IETF, right?
Yeah, I think CloudCO and ACTN are starting at different places, but they're essentially doing the same thing, managing networks, and they are moving together, getting closer and closer. And I would hate to see overlap with the two bodies inventing architectures, models, etc., that do the same thing. So as they start to run into each other, I'd like to see more cooperation.
Well, that makes sense, and that's a theme here at the Broadband Forum as well as at this meeting. So I appreciate your insight, Adrian.
Thank you. I just want to say that the IETF and the Broadband Forum are kind of like secret cooperators already.
Yeah.
And the Broadband Forum is using a lot of Yang models coming out of the IETF, and the IETF is looking at Broadband Forum's requirements quite a lot. But nobody really talks about it. And I'd like to see that become a bigger, more active cooperation.
Excellent. Well, I think this conversation is a great start of that. And your presentation, of course, today inspired this. So, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.